Hello again, Struck Co-op. December is getting closer and closer, so are the winter holidays, and so are the winter holiday sales. But so are also the tons of games releasing in December 2022. And with this Struck List video, I wanna take a look at the high-profile AAA popular titles for December. First of all, when I say profile, I don't mean only AAA titles. Some of those titles in this list might be double A or single A, so to say, but they might be close to my heart, such as Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign, which again, a franchise that may not have a big following, but it still has a massive dedicated fan base. And it's one of the few games developed by a studio that originated in my country, unlike, for example, the Ubisoft Sofia studio, which is just a division of Ubisoft. Marvel's Midnight Suns, then there's Need for Speed Unbound, high-profile games in any way of the word. Then there's Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. In general, there's a lot of games that I like on this list. In fact, I think every single game on this list, except maybe one I would love to dedicate time playing. So buckle up, I hope you enjoyed the video and let's go. To kick things off, I would start with one of the two games I am most excited to play about. Marvel's Midnight Suns. Releasing on the 2nd of December 2022. And the games after this one will be on chronological order of release date, but I really wanted to start with this game because this is my top one game of the month. My top two is Knights of Honor 2. I mean, it's probably a equal, a draw. It's probably a draw between Knights of Honor and this one, which one I want to play, because they're so different. It's not fair comparing them. But Marvel's Midnight Suns, Firaxis Games' new baby, published by 2K, and fight and strategize like a superhero in the darker corners of the Marvel universe. Do you like the sound of that? I know I do. Play as the Hunter, a legendary demon slayer who must lead a team of superheroes and supernatural warriors facing apocalyptic threats. And yes, some of your favorites and some of my favorites are there. We have Wolverine, we have Ghost Rider, we have Blade. There's just so many things. You have even Captain America, there's Iron Man. There's so many things like Doctor Strange and so on. And there's also plenty of enemies. There's also 4 playable post-launch DLC heroes included in the season pass, such as Deadpool, Venom, Morbius, and Storm. They have recently released information about that season pass coming in early 2023. And there will be season pass premium skins, again skins, and apparently that's just cosmetics. There's various different editions of the game, but expect XCOM meets superhero setting, and it meets card battle mechanics in a way, so that the randomness of XCOM games where you have percentages chance to hit. Here it's replaced by randomness of what cards you would draw and be able to play. So it is a nice take on the XCOM tactical kind of gameplay by, I guess, synergizing it with a little bit of random card battling. And it looks good. I've seen a lot of dev streams, dev videos. I've seen gameplay trailers. I've seen the trailers you should be seeing on your screen right now as I'm talking. Overall, I think it's nice, it's lovely, and it's probably going to be my favorite tactical game for this quarter, for quarter 4, and probably in my top 3 or 5 of the year's tactical games. I think it's amazing. Hopefully, it doesn't disappoint. Hopefully, it's just as good or even better than what the video footage I've seen make it out to be. Next up, we're moving on to Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered by Square Enix and Bullets. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song returns as a stunning remastered edition with new gameplay elements and quality of life features. Get ready for an even deeper story and an even more thrilling adventure. December 1st, 2022 is the release date, and yes, if you've enjoyed the original, you would wanna maybe try the remaster, see what is better. I'll try and tell you what the new elements are. In addition to a full HD graphical upgrade, various new features expand the gameplay even further. The sorceress Aldora can now be recruited. This sorceress, who once traveled together with a legendary hero Mercer, appears in her original form. Experience new events where she recounts the journeys of Mirza firsthand. Then there's unique and interesting characters now made playable. Fan favorite Shele finally joins your adventures, and characters such as Marina, Monica, and Famar can now also be recruited. Then there's enhanced bosses. Several bosses now appear as super powerful enhanced versions. Take on these terrifying adversaries to a new arrangement of the battle music score. On top of that, there's improved playability. So various new features have been added to make your play experience even more convenient, such as a high-speed mode, minimaps, and a new game plus option that lets you carry over your progress when you play through the game again, as well as new classes to expand the breadth of gameplay. If this sounds right to you, if you like what you're seeing on the footage I've been showing while talking, then December 1st, look for it on various platforms such as Steam, PlayStation 5 for Switch, Android, and iOS. And here is probably one of the most hyped games for this month. Need for Speed Unbound. EA Games are definitely pulling a lot of money into the budget for promoting this game. I mean, they got ASAP Rocky to be like a character in the game. They made a character based on him, or maybe it's himself, or a version of himself as a character. I like that. I like the weird effect visuals, and those visuals have divided the community. But the thing is, you can disable them. So if you're not liking those weird animated effects, you can disable them. You can remove that cell shading effect, that swap on top of it, and play it as a more grounded, realistic looking game. Although it's Need for Speed, it's never been a one to try to be extremely realistic, like for example a WRC game or something like that. But there's different types of races. It looks fun. There's races where, for example, in one of the races they recently reviewed some footage of you're fighting for points, for scores, and you can drift and you can hit some collectible objects to get more points and stuff like that. Where there's regular races, there's race where you have to escape the cops and stuff like that. So yeah, race to the top. Definitely don't flop. Outsmart the cops and enter weekly qualifiers for the Grand, the ultimate street race. Pack your garage with precision-tuned custom rides and light up the streets with your style. Developed by Criterion Games, published obviously by EA. Hopefully this game doesn't disappoint. I think Need for Speed Underground 2 was the last amazing Need for Speed. So they needed to do something to bring the unique back to NFS. Maybe Unbound would be that. I guess we'll see about that soon. Next up is another game that is getting a lot of hype. I would go straight up and say it's not my cup of tea, the Callisto Protocol. But that means that it's not my cup of tea, but it could be your cup of tea. So if you're there watching this and if you like horror games that don't focus as much on the action, but rather on the suspense, on the experience, on the whole horror atmosphere, Callisto Protocol seems good, seems beautiful, at least one way or another. I mean, some things about it I like, others I don't like when I look at it purely from a visual perspective. Developed by Striking Distance Studios, published by a Korean Korean publisher company called Krafton, which have been acquiring a lot of stuff lately. Survive to escape the horrors of Callisto and uncover the dark secrets of Jupiter's dead moon. It looks fun. It's horror in space on a certain I guess in a certain specific place. But yeah, atmosphere, tension, helplessness, humanity, all of that are things that have been covered in recent trailers. You might want to watch those docu-series on the official YouTube channel of the game. I personally don't feel like playing this game. I don't feel like it's my cup of tea, but I think it really deserves to be in this video because it is a high-profile game. It will be a benchmark game. It will be a game that people use to benchmark their hardware. And it's also AMD's sponsored title. So if you're looking to upgrade to AMD, this game would be properly optimized for AMD, it seems, at least. Oh boy, here we go. Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign. So yes, releasing on the 6th of December 2022, developed by Firaxis Games and published by THQ Nordic. THQ Nordic, who are owned by, what was the name? The Embracer Group. THQ Nordic has been doing a lot for certain franchises, being their publisher or co-developer or developer for various franchises. And I like that they're bringing funding to games like Knights of Honor 2. Knights of Honor 2 looks like Knights of Honor 1, but better, improved with quality of life, with visual improvements. It looks amazing. Choose your kingdom and become the king as you wrestle over control of Europe in this fresh take on medieval real-time grand strategy. Manage provinces, gather armies, initiate diplomacy, and dabble in espionage. The path is open. Become the true sovereign of your people, and yeah, overall, I think it's amazing. You have this grand strategy, all the depth of religion, diplomacy, city development, and more with none of the confusion. And I do agree here about that. Real-time gameplay, medieval Europe comes alive, no turns needed. And you can speed up and slow down, at least in the previous game you could. Then royal court, appointment marshals, clerics, merchants, diplomats, and spies to exert your will across the land. Then there's also you can have marriages with different different countries and families, so you can partake in that. You can marry off your heirs and stuff like that. Then RTS battles, lead your armies directly in riveting RTS engagements and robust multiplayer. Join with multiple friends to take on the challenges of medieval Europe. I really think this is an amazing title. It's probably a sleeper hit. It does have an avid fan base, but that fan base is not massive. But hopefully with Knights of Honor 2, hopefully with THQ Nordic backing them up, they would reach more people than the first one, and once again prove themselves to be a good developer. And if they give me a key to play the game, I'll be looking for ways to earn keys to play the game. Hopefully I find some, because I really want to play this game and support my fellow countrymen. Here comes another sequel. Hello Neighbor 2 is a stealth horror game about digging up your creepy neighbor's secrets. But there's a twist. The neighbor is controlled by an AI that learns from the players. As time passes, his behavior will change and surprise you. Can you outsmart the neighbor and find out what he's hiding? This is an interesting title. It's kind of popular. Probably a single or double A. Definitely not triple A, but developed by Eerie Guest and Tiny Build, published by Tiny Build. It's a game that many of you out there would enjoy, but also many of you might not find like their cup of tea. I personally wouldn't play it, but maybe other people would play it. I don't know. It's something that I probably would only play if I really don't have anything different that matches my taste more. But I hope that there's some of you out there that would enjoy it. So Hello Neighbor 2, the 6th of December 2022. Next up, we have a Switch exclusive game. Probably it's the first time I'm including a Switch exclusive game in the list. Dragon Quest Treasures. Eric and his sister Mia live on a Viking longship, dreaming of the day they can explore the world in search of grand treasures. A grand treasure. One night, they encounter a pair of otherworldly creatures, Porcus and Ursula, and are whisked away to a mysterious place known as Draconia. A legendary land full of treasures just waiting to be discovered. The adventure Eric and Mia have always dreamed of is finally underway. With the vast world of Draconia to explore and tons of tantalizing treasure to find, Eric, Mia, and their cute companion will need some help. The team soon befriends and recruits a veritable variety of well-mannered monsters. By making use of these monsters' magical visions of hidden treasure and their unique treasure hunting abilities, our heroes will race over open fields, scale cliffs with a single bound, and glide over gaping chasms to locate wood in even the most fiendishly inaccessible spots. Venture into a vast, varied world where twists, turns, and mysteries lie hidden on your path to discovering the legendary treasure of Draconia. So this is the summary from the Switch Store page. This game, yeah, 9th of December 2022 is the release date, Switch only, at least for now. Maybe later it might make its way to different platforms, but it looks amazing. In that 4-minute 30 seconds trailer, they showcase a lot of the features, so I advise you to go and watch the whole trailer on the Square Enix website or on the Dragon Quest YouTube page. Yeah, there's all sorts of good things, all sorts of features that I think many of you will enjoy. And since it's a Dragon Quest game, it was made kid friendly, so if you have younger siblings or kids, you might want to give them that game to play on their Switch. Here comes another remaster. Actually, this one is not just a remaster, this is a remake from Square Enix and TOSE Company Ltd. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which is a spin-off of Final Fantasy, and this is the remake of that spin-off. A remaster of Crisis Core featuring updated graphics is what they're saying it is, but it's more of a remake rather than a remaster from what I'm seeing. So, featuring updated graphics, combat system, and soundtrack, follow the tales of soldier operative Zack Fair as he discovers the secrets of Shinra's dark experiments. So, the new features are all graphics fully remastered in HD, bringing the game to the latest console generation, renewed 3D models, including characters and backgrounds, enriching the visual experience. Then improved battle system providing a vastly smoother gameplay experience, as well as fully voiced dialogue in both English and Japanese. A newly arranged soundtrack from the original composer Takeharu Ishimoto. And yeah, the story of Zack Fair, a young warrior admired by the boy destined to save the world, trusted by men renowned as heroes of legend, and loved by the girl who holds the fate of the planet in her hands. The tale of Zack's dreams, and honor, the legacy that connects him to Cloud, is revealed in full in this grand saga that has broken the limits of an HD remaster. And yeah, that's why I think it's better to call it a remake. It looks amazing from the looks of it. I think people who enjoyed Stranger of Paradise would find a lot of it here, but it looks like the itemization they didn't touch. So it's not the Stranger of Paradise great of itemization. Hopefully Final Fantasy 16 has that though. But yeah, 13th of December 2022, Crisis Core for multiple platforms. Next up, we have a game that I really liked watching some footage of this game. Last night, actually not last night, 2 nights ago, I watched some gameplay footage that pretty much showed you some of the beginning missions and tutorials where there's this alien kid that begs you to shoot him. Then there's a mission where you unlock your talking knife. With your talking gun in hand, you go there and then you unlock a talking knife. Then this talking knife is bloodthirsty and he wants to see guts spill. So the guns in this game, the weapons in this game talk, and they have other abilities as well. And I love it. And the visuals, the artistic visuals, the alien creatures, the contrast between dark and bright colors in this game looks amazing. The combat looks fun. For an FPS, I think they've nailed it. As a comedy-centric title, I think they've nailed it from the little bits I've seen. High on Life is coming on the 13th of December 2022. Steam doesn't give you the exact date. Steam says December 2022. But I've dug deep and I found the date. And on the Xbox website, on xbox.com, it is showing 13th of December. I'm not sure if Steam would have this same release date or whether it will just release on that date for other platforms, but it will also be on the Epic Store. Speaking of the Epic Store, you can use TruckTOF all capital on checkout to add me as your favorite creator and get me some of the profits. Back on track to High on Life. I think it's an amazing game. Squanch Games Incorporated made it. So some of the people who made Rick and Morty, in particular, it says from the co-creator of Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites comes High on Life. And yeah, you rescue and team up with charismatic talking guns to become the deadliest intergalactic bounty hunter the cosmos has ever seen. You complete various challenges, meet various weird and hilarious characters, collect a bunch of alien technology. You have different unique skills with all the different guns, and then you go up against variety of enemies. And in general, it's nice. You have dynamic and changing worlds that range from jungle to city built inside an asteroid, even the hub of the cosmos. High on life, definitely a suggestion for the middle of the month from me. Another game I'm extremely excited to play, and it's not a super high priced game. BLACKTAIL. Forge the legend of Baba Yaga, a girl accused of witchcraft and expelled from her home. Live out the origins of the Slavic myth in this one-of-a-kind blend of intense archery combat and dark storytelling set in a vibrant fairy tale world. Yeah, and the storytelling seems to be the strong thing of this game alongside the combat and the visuals. Releasing on the 15th of December 2022 from the Parasite site SIGHT, published by Focus Entertainment, and the game costs $29.99 full price, currently discounted to pre-order to $23.99, which is 20% off. So if you want to get that discount on Steam, it's ongoing. I cannot confirm for other platforms, but I can tell you the game will be on Epic, Humble, GOG, Xbox XS, PlayStation 5. It looks amazing. I really would love to get a chance to play this game and showcase it. You play as Yaga, a 16-year-old girl accused of witchcraft and expelled from a medieval Slavic settlement. When living memories of your past return as foul, walking spirits, you are left with no other option than to hunt them down in hopes of unraveling your own mystery. Decide the fate of the land and its inhabitants. Witness the impact of your decisions on your skills through BLACKTAIL's morality system. Track down elusive spirits with your trusty bow and gauntlet. Engage in thrilling boss fights. Craft arrows and potions. Hunt wild game and gather resources to survive in the ominous woods. Find hidden treasures to learn more about your surroundings and history. Collect lost recipes and brew elixirs to improve your abilities and shape your playstyle. Choices matter in this game, so will you be the bad witch or the good witch? It's up to you. And here comes another title that probably hasn't been getting as much marketing as it deserves. Lord of the Rings Gollum by Daedalic Entertainment as developer and publisher and co-published by Nacon. So not sure why this game isn't getting the marketing wheels spinning, because it's apparently releasing on the 31st of December 2022. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Steam is not giving me the date, so I can't confirm it. And the trailer just doesn't give me a fixed date either. But let's say it's releasing sometime in December 2022. And I think some of you would enjoy it. Story-driven action-adventure, less combat, more storytelling. Take on a perilous journey as Gollum, chasing the only thing that is precious to him. Gollum is skillful and cunning, but also torn by his split personality. One mind, two egos, you decide. That's the base summary. I don't want to speak too much about this game, but while being vital to the story by J.R.R. Tolkien, many parts of Gollum's quest have not been told in detail yet. In Lord of the Rings, Gollum, you get to experience this story. From his time as a slave below the Dark Tower to his stay with the elves of Mirkwood, use stealth, agility, and cunning to survive and overcome what lies ahead. Climb, leap, and grapple your way past dangers or into advantageous spots. So whenever this game comes, if it gets delayed to next year, so be it. But the game really needs to kick it with the marketing. And here comes a legend. A legend is returning. The Settlers is the reboot, I guess, of a franchise. The first Settlers game released almost 30 years ago in 1993. And now Ubisoft Düsseldorf has developed a new version of the game, and they're calling it just the Settlers. After the 8th version of the Settlers game, the 8th installment of the game got cancelled. By 8th installment, I mean to say the Settlers Kingdoms of Ontario, which was gonna mix city building with action RPG mechanics and stuff. Well, this project got scrapped, and years later, we're finally getting a new Settlers game. So yeah, built on almost 30 years of legacy of exploration, expansion, and conquest. The Settlers are backed with an in-depth build-up experience and real-time strategic battles. Choose among 3 factions and conquer this whole new world. The Ewari, the Maru, and the Yorn can be found in the Settlers, each with a unique look, playstyle, and their own background story. Experiment a story-driven campaign set into the world of the Settlers. I'm not sure why it says experiment instead of experience a story-driven campaign, but okay, I'm just reading from the Epic Store right now. Or go for the special Onslaught mode and its additional challenges. Play online with up to 8 players. I'm gonna repeat that, 8 players. In thrilling skirmish battles against other players or AI for long-lasting fun. Get the most out of your game experience with the Deluxe Edition, including additional digital content, or pre-purchase now to get 3 tower skins, a unique title, and a 1-day shared booster. The game is not on Steam. Although Ubisoft has been changing this, and some of their games will be returning to Steam after 2 years of no Steam. For now, this game is on the Epic Store and on the Ubisoft Store. And PC seems to be, for now, the only planned platform. The release date is the 31st of December 2022, and if you were looking for a new Settlers game, well, it's finally here. So not much time left until we can finally enjoy a new Settlers game. I actually am very excited about this game, and if I get a good bargain on it, I might get it and play it. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere, and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.